Hey Star Wars nerds, I have a book review for you today. I finally got The Rule of Two, the second book in the Bane trilogy by Drew Carpathian from the library. I had it on hold for at least a month and a half, and whoever was checking it out didn't bother to return it, so I just got it, and I managed to get through it in about 4 days. So if I didn't have kids, I probably could have plowed through it in a day. Anyways, all right. Right away, I just want to give a shout out to Lance McNair. He's an admin on the Collider Jedi Council fan page, and he also has a YouTube channel called Cinematic Galaxy, and he's the one that convinced me to read these books, and I'm so glad he did. So thanks, Lance, and if you ever want any other great Star Wars content and movie reviews or trailer reactions, go ahead and check out Lance's channel. I'll put the link in my description. Okay, right away I'm going to get into it. All right, this book I liked a whole lot better than the first one. The first one was good, but this one just took it to another level. And I think it's all accredited to Drew's really great talents as far as describing planets and battles and action scenes. Some writers are good at that and some aren't, but Drew really nailed it with this book. Okay, right away it starts off right where the first book ends. Bane has vanquished the Brotherhood of Darkness, I think that's what it was called, and he has an apprentice, or someone he thinks could be his apprentice, and they're still on the planet. He convinces his apprentice to follow him off planet, but he makes her get her own way off just to test her abilities, to see if she's really serious about wanting to become a Sith apprentice. So I think what was a little hard for me to understand is I understand the mind of a child, and when you go through trauma and you're abandoned, it really changes your psyche. I was a little surprised at how fast she was quick to accept everything he was telling her to do, and maybe that just is a testament to Bane's skills in the Force and manipulation. Yeah, I'll get more into that later. Okay, so overall, the book just covers a quick summary. It's the training that he has Zahana do. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Zahana, I'm not sure. But it's the training and their lives together, and how Bane is obsessed with Sith holocrons and finding them and learning everything he can while training his young apprentice. But it seems like he is so obsessed with finding these holocrons throughout the book and training his apprentice. He's not telling her everything she needs to know. And obviously that's understandable because he doesn't want her to completely become more powerful than him, but he knows that's inevitable and she will one day kill him. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like, how is this going to be beneficial for you in the long run? I don't know, the whole rule of two. I get it, I don't get it. Some parts of it make sense, some don't, but whatever. Anyways, okay. What was I gonna go from here? Okay, all right. So I really liked the different planets that we saw. The atmosphere jump that Bane did on a dragon type creature from the planet Daxon to Onderon after he gets Nad's holocron was really cool. I would have loved to see that in a movie. That would be awesome to see. That would be awesome if they could work that into some Star Wars movie in the future. Okay, so about 7 chapters into the book, they do a time jump, and it jumps 10 whole years. And part of me was really disappointed because I wanted to see Bane's manipulation of Zahana and her training. But then Drew did something really great, is he put in flashbacks that applied to the current situation that she was dealing with. So if she's dealing with a situation where she has to use a certain power, the book quickly goes to a flashback of how Bane trained her in that. And at first it was a little jarring, but then I started to get used to it, and I really didn't miss those 10 years that he just skipped. I thought the battle on Tython near the end of the book against Bane, Zahana, and I think it was 5 or 6 Jedi, was amazing. I really wish I could have seen that on screen as well, because that fight and the skills that the Jedi had were amazing. One thing that was like really disturbing to me that came out I realized in the fight is just, I think it's the Orbalisks that have infested Bane's body, and they're a type of armor. And I think in some ways that has made him careless as a fighter, and he's relying less on the Force and more just on pure rage and just trying to annihilate anyone. So once, I think if he ever does, I'm not going to get into spoiler talk, but if he was ever to somehow get the Orbalisks off his body, how would he know how to properly defend himself if he's been relying on them to defend him for the last 10 years? Anyways, that was just a side note I had. Now, I think one thing that made me really curious is in the book, Zahara gets the chance to betray Bane by someone who is knowledgeable in the dark side of the Force, but he's not as powerful as her, and he wants to become her apprentice. And he gives her the opportunity to overthrow and kill Bane and just take over as the Sith Master. And I was really just dumbfounded as to why she did not take him up on his offer. And I learned that, just thinking about it some more, I started to realize that she probably just wanted to test Bane's skills with the Orbalist to see how easy it would be to kill him. So why not use these guys as guinea pigs to do my dirty work, and then I can come out looking clean on the other side. But you know what? I think she could have done it if she really wanted to. And part of me thinks, Bane was self-taught. Yes, he's powerful with the Force, and he has skills that Zahana doesn't have. But every Jedi and every Sith is different, and they all have different skill sets with the Force. So part of me wonders, like, he's got the holocrons there. She knows he has them. Why can't she just kill him and learn all the knowledge for herself? Maybe it's just her biding her time, her knowing her own weaknesses, knowing she's not ready, which I totally respect. You have to know, is like, if you're going to step into a leadership type role, what your weaknesses and your strengths are. And I think part of it too, like, I wonder if Bane is so strong in the Force that he is subtly manipulating her with the Force, and she doesn't even realize it. And I think that made a stronger point in my head near the end of the book when she does something that I didn't see coming. I mean, obviously the book this trilogy is about Bane and his apprentice, and obviously it's going to go dark. You think it's the good guys are going to win, but they don't. So I was just kind of shocked at her actions a little bit near the end of the book. It was definitely a brilliant move and strategic move on her part, and I did not realize how great of a manipulator Zahana was until I got to the end of the book. So one thing I am kind of curious about, like, so I have read a good chunk of the canon that's come out, I'd say before 6 months ago. I've read Bloodline, I've read Lost Stars, I read the Battlefront trilogy, I've read all the novelizations from the movies, and I think holocrons is kind of a new thing for me. I don't really know a whole lot about them. I really don't completely understand their purpose. So I'm really hoping some of you can tell me in the comment section why these are so important. So obviously with the rule of 2, you have all this knowledge that you're learning, and you put it into a holocron and you give it to your apprentice. And so obviously you want future Sith to learn from you. But Bane just seems so obsessed with making a holocron. Why couldn't he have focused his energy on training his apprentice better? And obviously probably dying sooner if she became more powerful than him. And is it to help people in the future? I don't know. Like, I think maybe the author could have done a little bit better at explaining that. Because Sith in general seem to be selfish creatures, like they want to further their own power. So why would they put so much time, energy, and resources into creating something that's going to help someone else? That just seems a little odd to me. Maybe you guys can explain that better. Maybe there's a book that explains it better. After this trilogy, I'm going to start reading the Darth Revan novels. I think there's more than one. But yeah, so if someone could explain that to me a little bit, I would appreciate it. So overall, this book was really, really good. I understand, yeah, I'm going to get into a little bit of why Zahana is so, she keeps getting these chances to turn Bane in or leave him or kill him, and she just turns them all down. She debates, and she goes there pretty far in her mind of, you think she's going to turn against him, but she doesn't. And I think that's just a testament to child psychology. If you have a child that is abused or traumatized when they're little, that affects their psyche in ways like we don't even understand. Like, it makes them go crazy and it makes them go dark. If there's anything that has shown me that, it's like, I know it's TV, but Criminal Minds. A lot of these criminals on the show did have some kind of trauma when they were children. So I can understand from Zahana's viewpoint why she is so easily manipulated by Bane, and why she's so blindly following him, because he's offering her something no one else has, but at the same time, she's learning from him, but resents him or is trying to figure out ways to take him down. So it's a delicate balance, and I think the author did a really great job of explaining that pretty well. So, okay, I think of anything I didn't like, I think I kind of touched on little things that just seemed odd to me. I'm excited to read the next book, that's for sure. So overall, I am going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and if you haven't read it, I highly suggest you go check it out. Hopefully I didn't get into too many spoilers, but hey, that's what a book review does, right? All right, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you like watching movie reviews, trailer reactions, and Star Wars book reviews when I actually get the books. So, all right, thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day, and may the Force be with you.